It is rare indeed that a player be labeled a club legend before he has even turned 30, and yet Aaron Ramsey is seeing that word crop up an awful lot as he mulls over his next steps at Arsenal. Not once but twice in the last week, Ramsey's teammates have lavished him with the sort of praise usually reserved for retiring club captains or multiple title winners. Legendary status ought not to be easily won at a club with 13 top-flight titles and the same number of FA Cups. It inevitably feels premature to hand it to Ramsey, but then this is a man who has twice been Arsenal's hero in cup finals, ending their 9-year trophy drought in 2014 and ending Chelsea's double dreams 3 seasons later. His teammates certainly need no convincing to hail the hugely popular Ramsey, who is among the leading contenders to be named Arsenal captain, particularly if he signs a new contract at the club. Lacazette urges Arsenal legend Ramsey to sign new contract after Alexander Lacazette described the Welshman as an example for all young players. Henrik Mkhitaryan offered a similarly glowing assessment of Ramsey's importance to the club. His work rate is very, very high and everyone appreciates what he does on the pitch and off it because he's a true professional, Mkhitaryan said. Of course it's very easy to play next to him because he tries to be everywhere to help the team, to score goals, to assist, to tackle, recover balls, and that's why I'm going to be very happy if he stays at the club. As voted for by Arsenal fans in 2008 it seems that he became a symbol for this club. I will be very happy for him if he signs a new contract because he's in the history of Arsenal already and I hope he can become a legend for Arsenal after a few more years. Ramsey will probably never enter the highest pantheon of Arsenal history. The holy trinity of Thierry Henry, Tony Adams and Dennis Bergkamp, as well as former manager Herbert Chapman and loyal servant of over 70 years Ken Fryer, are immortalized in bronze around the Emirates Stadium. Arsene Wenger will probably join them one day. The Welshman almost certainly won't. Impact: Ramsey has scored 2 FA Cup winners for Arsenal. Getty Images. That of course does not preclude him from being a legend, as few would argue against the candidacy of Ian Wright, Patrick Vieira or Liam Brady. All have left an indelible mark on Arsenal's history, as has Ramsey. But few would argue now that Ramsey is deserving of the L word in all but its panning out a charity match incarnation. In his prime years there is still a sense that the 27-year-old has not quite delivered since the 2013-14 season, when it seemed his destiny to become one of world football's most complete midfielders. There have been flashes, particularly last term, but Ramsey still seems to be a man for the big occasion, an FA Cup final, the latter stages of the Europa League, more than someone who can make the difference week in, week out as one might expect a legend to. Premier League 2018-19 profile. Arsenal of course hanging over this debate is the familiar story in North London of an expiring contract. With 12 months to go, Ramsey's future threatens to devolve into a repeat of the Alexis Sanchez and Mesut Özil saga. Notably, a year ago Mertesacker was hailing Sanchez's X-factor, much as Lacazette and Mkhitaryan are proselytizing as to why Ramsey and Arsenal are a match made in heaven. There is much more optimism at Arsenal over the Welshman than there was over Sanchez, but Ramsey holds all the cards. If he carries over his form from last season into this, then he could revive the interest from Barcelona that so flattered him in 2015. Even were that not to happen, he might still be able to leverage his imminent free agency as Özil did in such lucrative fashion. Should he pursue the former course, or move to a Premier League rival, he will likely find himself placed alongside the likes of Cesc Fabregas and Robin van Persie, to eventually be respected but never truly loved by supporters. To truly earn the highest status in North London, he needs not only to commit his best years to Arsenal, but to be at the heart of a truly great side as Adams, Henry or Alex James were before him. Captaining the Gunners to European silverware or Premier League glory. Do that and a place in the North London Hall of Heroes might just await. Is Aaron Ramsey an Arsenal legend? Have your say in our